Hi, Charles. My name is Quintella Williams, and I am replying to your awesome discussion on abnormality. I can appreciate your input on human suffering and abnormality not necessarily being found, that term being found in the Bible. I definitely have not noticed it either. After listening to your discussion, it reminded me about how sin came into the world basically on humans mistakes, their bad choices. And when you look in the Bible at Genesis 3 and 7, I believe it talks about how the Spirit of the Lord had come into the garden, and at that point Adam and Eve knew that they were naked. They knew that sin had came in, because prior to that point they didn't wear clothes. They walked around the garden, naked basically. But at this particular point, they tried to cover themselves with leaves and things, because they at that point realized, hey, we've separated ourselves from God. So that's just a particular scripture that, just listening to your discussion, just took me back to where we were separated from God. I definitely want to express dealing with abnormalities and disabilities. It's something that's pretty prone in the field that I work in, which is pediatrics and physical therapy, with a lot of disabilities. And that Christian worldview almost has to be present. A lot of times we come into a place where we don't necessarily make choices for people, but we do have to kind of lead and guide them in the place that they need to go when they're dealing with disability. So do a lot of just encouraging and having the mindset that God did not intend for anyone to be abnormal, but at the same time things do happen, and God does use good and bad things to get us to the place that he's desiring to get us. And so sometimes that's hard, because everybody has their own opinions and their own outlooks on life. But when you have that Christian worldview, that's something that you have to find how to communicate the professional outlook and then also the Christian outlook at the same time. There was a particular article that I read. It was called Christian Special Educators Responding to the Call to Serve. And in this particular article, it talks about how teachers teach what they know. And so when you're dealing with disabilities and things like that, and you're having to be an educator to either the child or the family, and you have that Christian mindset, worldview, you have to learn how to communicate effective information for that family, and being also careful not to impose your own thoughts on it. So it's a difficult place to be in, dealing with different things like that, and also dealing with disabilities. You run into a lot of mental health disorders also. But thank you for your discussion. It was very, very awesome. It really caused me to kind of look a little deeper and think a little harder about just what we do every day to day, and also going into the counseling world and how we would actually communicate things from based off what we believe. Because again, they say you teach what you know or what you believe in.